Welcome.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, you lose things. Your brain starts to go. And welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, December the 5th, 2020. It's season 14, episode 34. And I'm Scott.
And I'm RJ.
Welcome to the show, everybody. 34 episodes. I mean, we may do, 4 more this month?
Possible.
For the year, 4 more this year. Getting us to about 40. Normally we get a little bit higher than that. It's been a rough year.
So at least.
Yeah, really, no kidding. If you want to get in touch with us, our phone number is easy, 334-272-9228. Does that spell WACV? I think it does. I'm sure it does. It has to. We're a radio station. That's what it does.
A and C is on too.
WAC and 9228.
Yeah.
WACV. Of course, it has to. It has to. We've always said 272-9228, and even when I do mornings, we call it that. But yeah, it's been 272 WACV. Call us on that number.
But when's the last time anyone does that nowadays?
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't unless it's like a long string of numbers. Like if you've got to give...
If it's a 1-800 or 1-900
usually if it's a 1-800
like
number or a 1-900 number, yeah. God, I haven't seen those in a long time either.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Usually if it's a long string of numbers, they'll throw in words there to help you remember.
Yeah.
But anyway, 272-9228 is just very easy to remember to me. I don't know. I've been saying it for 15 years now.
That's why.
So that's why it's easy for me. 272-WACV. Check out ingamechat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. You can find us on Twitter at ingamechat. You can find us on Facebook there as well. You can email us, everyone, at ingamechat.net. Streaming right now on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv and search In-Game Chat. You'll be able to watch us live while we broadcast, though I don't know the benefit of that. Other than the chat room.
Yes, which is reminding you of something.
No, clipboard, yeah. Clapboard, clipboard, whatever. Yeah.
Much obliged, Bama Brian.
So yeah, you can find us on Twitch. Join us in the chat room live while we broadcast. Yeah, we got there's a ton of stuff, and I don't think we're going to get to all of it. But there is a ton of stuff, and we're going to start by dropping the music and talking to RJ and find out what he's played over the past 2 weeks now. It's been, we had our Thanksgiving off here, and now back to it. First off, did you pick anything up for Black Friday? Did you grab anything on the cheap, game-related?
Picked up Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. So I finally did the second part of the story of that one. So that's what I played mostly. I also picked up, I haven't played any of it, but I did pick up Neo 2, like we talked about last time. $10 on the off of GameStop's website. So I picked up Neo 2 for $10. The season pass for that game, I think, is like 15 or 20, one of the two. Yeah. But that'll be for later.
Exactly.
When I do that, because I haven't even started playing the main game yet. Other than that, I don't think I picked up anything else gaming-wise for Black Friday. Not much. Just those two, really.
And what did you play this week?
So, of course, Mortal Kombat 11, of course.
Yeah.
Playing the storyline of that. Played a little bit of Street Fighter 5. Trying to get back into the swing of things for that one. It's been a long time since I played that game. I mean, there's been so many changes here and there with the game that I'm playing catch up mostly for the most part. Also played a bit of Streets of Rage 4, to be exact. play a little bit of that, get a bit more into that. Trying to see. I think there's been some updates coming. I don't know for sure, but I'm just keeping it fresh in my mind. So when I eventually do start playing it, I'll get back into it. And mostly more of a Grand Theft Auto Online, playing that one, as well as Phantasy Star Online 2. Been some more story elements dropped in that, so I've been playing that as well throughout the over the holidays. But speaking of Grand Theft Auto Online,
how do you keep all that information in your head?
What's that?
Playing through all those games, how do you keep all that controller information together?
Well, you have to do it. You have to be consistent with it, because if you don't, you will lose it.
Yeah,
of course. Or you spend a few minutes playing. What does this button do for the next 5 to 10
I know,
minutes or
but
so?
for me, it feels like my capacity, as far as games that require a lot of controls. Now, obviously, if I jump, I can play a bunch of games and still remember how to play Fall Guys, which is just run and then jump, or Sonic, which is just go to the left and jump, something simplistic like that has very, very minimal controls. But as far as, a game like GTA, and then also playing, I guess Mortal Kombat's not too bad. You still have to remember the moves.
You have to remember the moves and the combos and the system for a fighting game.
What's that? Maybe Neo or Neo 2 or whatever, and some of the others that you play. Remembering that controller scheme has always been I feel like if I get to 3, if I'm trying to play Spider-Man, Assassin's Creed, and Horizon, or Horizon, God of War, and I don't know anything else, Destiny, whatever. I don't put that in the list because
you're playing that constantly. That's why you still
not just constantly, but I'm also playing it on the computer.
Yeah,
which is a completely different control scheme. It's, mouse and keyboard. That's probably not going to go away. But controller stuff is, I feel like 2 is my maximum. I can play 2 of those that have, a massive amount. I could play, what's out right now? I could play Assassin's Creed and Spider-Man. Or Assassin's Creed and Ghost. Or Spider-Man and Ghost, something like that. I feel like if I exceed that, I'm begging for forgetting
inputs. Things
yeah,
like that.
But maybe you're right though. Maybe going through them, just got to put time into.
It's constantly playing. That'll keep it in your memory.
Weird.
That's what it is. I mean, if you drop it for 2 weeks, you're gonna have issues. Like when you had your issues with Last of Us 2.
Right.
You were having long spans of not playing the game, and then
that was horrible. Yeah,
and something just
I really did that game.
Something.
I did that game an injustice by playing it the way that I feel that I did. I feel like I gave that game an injustice by playing the way that I played it.
Well, any game like that based on a story that you want to go through, you typically don't stop for long spans. You don't.
No.
Like Ghost of Tsushima, I played every day.
Yeah.
Until I got through it, and when I did get through the storyline, I just played it consistently after that, getting all the pieces that I didn't pick up, all the sword art and the headbands and things of that nature, all the clothing and things like that. It was a constant play on that, and that's what kept the control scheme fresh in my mind. Yeah. Now, if I started trying the online stuff, I would need a minute, because it's been a long time since I've played that game.
Yeah. Anything else you played?
No, just that. But like I was saying before we got into control schemes, that thing that Rockstar did with Red Dead Online and a subtle thing with GTA Online, something that got the community hot that I read about was what they did with Red Dead Online's streak, the streak modification they did.
I don't know.
Basically, if you logged on every day, you had a streak going, and you would get a boost in gold, which is the online currency of the game. They changed it to where you couldn't get those long 100-day streaks now. It's 30 days and it resets.
Really?
Yeah, and it got the community pretty, from what I gathered, it got the community pretty hot about that, because they were having a good string of gold coming in for income, right? In-game income. Well, as always, we talked about it before, how grinding is always made a little more tedious, a little more hard to do, because they want you to buy your currency online. And so they'll do little things here and there to make you fed up to where you start buying currency.
Of course.
And that's the latest thing they did with Red Dead Online. But I also saw something for Grand Theft Auto Online with the Black Friday sale they did. They put a serious cut in the cost of weaponized vehicles. In particular, the Oppressor Mark II. which is the bane of every grinder's existence.
So they knocked down the price?
Significantly.
Oh, okay.
Like 60 to 70% off. So now everybody's got an oppressor and they're running around blowing stuff up and having a good time with it. But if you like selling product like I've done in the past, the best way to do it is in a crowded lobby. Well, odds are now with this with the oppressor being knocked down in price, you're going to see a lot of oppressors on the field.
Yeah, of course.
So chances are you're going to get your stuff blown up
oversaturated
with a lot more.
Thing. Yep.
Yeah. So just little things here and there that's been going on to make you fed up and buy in-game currency.
Doesn't really remind me, but I remember there was a screwed up gun in Destiny when it launched. I think it's Prometheus lens.
Oh yeah, Prometheus lens, the fire laser. Yeah.
The thing was it was just way overpowered.
Yeah.
And
the nerf came quick on that one.
Well, the nerf came quick, but not before they let us have fun with it, because they said, look, we're going to nerf the gun, but this weekend, we called it laser tag weekend. This weekend, Xur was selling it, the guy who sells the exotics once a week. And so they put that as the gun for him to sell so everybody could get it. You normally had to get it from either a drop or a quest. I don't know what it was, but everybody could get it. And you could go play in the Crucible with it and that sort of thing. They're just like, look, we're pulling, come Tuesday, we're going to fix this. But for now, go out and have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun with it.
Only
which
drawback,
was nice.
Yeah, only drawback was that I had the fire version of that, the Prometheus lens. You had the Cold Heart.
Cold Heart was
cold, the ice version.
Was cold? No, it was Prometheus lens was the one that was messed up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the elements on that.
Yeah.
You had the Prometheus lens, which was fire, the Cold Heart, which was ice, and there was something else that was void, and I was never able to get a hold of that one. There was like laser versions of
no, I should know,
element.
but I don't.
Yeah, but I could never get the hold of it though.
Yeah.
So yeah, but outside of those games, that's what I've been playing over the holiday.
What have I been playing over the holiday? Not a whole lot. Destiny is really what I sunk my time into. Because I'm not sinking as much time into it. And so when I do, I sit there and I grind out what I got to grind. There's a lot of grinding in this new expansion thing. I don't feel like I'm even halfway done with the kind of grinding I need to do.
Yeah, now Bungie's done some grind altering as well.
This is insane grind. This is insane grind they're giving you. I mean, look, I think, I don't know. I don't know if I would have been up for this or not. Obviously, things have changed in my life where it's like, you know what? I'll sit down and I'll play this and I'll enjoy it, and I will. But it doesn't keep me there. It doesn't, sort of.
How long does it hold your interest?
Right, it doesn't pin me down. Like
yeah.
I go in there and I knock out a few of the things that I've been trying to knock out, and then it's like, okay, good. Today was a productive day. Done. Tomorrow will be more productive. Just as long as I'm making sure I'm getting in, my pinnacle stuff and everything else, and getting loot and kind of moving up in the ladder a little bit, and that's really all I'm trying to do. Because you got till February until I think this season ends. Sometime in February until the season ends. So I feel like I got the time. Just put in the time with it when you can.
Now it got to the point with me, like I said, which led to me taking it off the system because I just didn't have it anymore. I see what's available, and I see the length of time that it would take to get there, like all the level 50 items and things like that. And I look at it, and I see it, and I saw how much time it took me to just get to like 20, and then I just look at it, and I'm like, I'm not going to make this. And they just, I put a lot of time in Destiny, don't get me wrong, but it got to the point where I was just like, I can't really do this anymore.
Yeah.
And what I was getting wasn't really worth the effort. It's like there was nothing that I really wanted past that level, It was like something I wasn't going to use or wasn't going to implement at all.
Well, the clan that we've got, and the clan that you're in, I guess you're in the clan. You're in the clan. Right?
I was in there.
Yeah, I think you're still in there. They've been doing great. The PC guys in our Discord are running 2 teams deep of raids on every Saturday night, and in fact, by that I mean we have enough people that we can do 2 teams, so at least 12 people, and they're running raids every Saturday night. So, and that's great that they're doing that. And eventually, when I catch up, as far as my level, which I think had it not been for all the issues I've been going through, probably would have been there. I don't know. Put in some massive grind to get there, but yeah, when I level up there, I'll eventually be there with them. But I played Destiny, and what else did I play? I popped in Red Dead a little bit, Red Dead Redemption 2. And
used to have story elements to get on that.
Oh my god, yeah! I never got far at all in that game. I never did.
Because I was thinking, don't play it like you did Last of Us 2.
I mean, I kind of already have, because it's been. I looked at my save game from the last time I had saved on that thing.
Yeah,
2018. So I mean, it's been a while. I can remember I can remember one of the last things I did, which was like raid this camp that was the enemy's camp or something, and yeah, I can remember doing that, and yeah. So I was just so I need to tell about my Black Friday-ness. First off, the games I picked up a lot of games on the cheap too. I got Yoshi's Crafted World. These are all Switch titles. Yoshi's Crafted World, Zelda Link's Awakening, and now I'm drawing a blank. Civ 6 for the Switch. And I got others too, and now I'm forgetting. I also picked up Mafia Definitive Edition, and for PS4, and I got Medieval. It was like $7, I think.
Yeah.
The cool thing is, and I wasn't sure about this, but I've told you that I have that Gamers Club Unlocked thing from Blockbuster. They don't have that anymore. You can't get it.
Blockbuster or Best Buy?
I'm sorry, not Blockbuster, Best Buy.
Okay, wait a minute.
Sorry. Yeah, from Best Buy. And it's something I got, excuse me, many years ago.
Are they trying to phase it out?
No, they've already phased it out.
Okay, they're not. Okay,
you can't subscribe anymore. But what they're doing is, if you subscribe, man, swallowed wrong. It's tickling. It's not COVID. However long you've subscribed, they're going to let that sit.
Yeah.
But
but you've subscribed a long
2032.
Yeah.
I've got 12 more years.
Yeah.
Of Gamers Club Unlocked to enjoy.
Yeah, I just want to say, keep an eye on that, because someone might accidentally mess up your account or something.
I mean, yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, so keep an eye on that.
The cool thing about it is that most of the times on Black Friday, the day itself, like Black Friday, the day itself, right, or that Thursday night when they open stores and that sort of thing, they would always disengage your membership of Gamers Club. They're like, okay, you can't stack this onto the discounts we're giving on Black Friday, special Black Friday.
Right.
But since they canceled the program, they weren't turning that off. So on top of whatever discounts, I was also getting the Gamers Club Unlocked thing to bring it even lower, which is why I picked up so many, because whatever the price was, you could take 10% or 15% off of whatever that price was already.
Yeah.
That was knocked off. So Ghosts was down to $49.99, I think, at Best Buy. Ghost
of Tsushima was $49.99.
I want to say it was. I mean, we can always go back and look at our spreadsheets.
I thought it was like 44 at one point or something, but
it may have been 45.
One.
It may have been 45 or 50.
Yeah, maybe just a digital one though.
Yeah, it was either 45 or $50. I picked it up for $30 because it stacked onto my Gamers Club and knocked it down to like 31, I think, with tax or something like that. So yeah, if Best Buy lasts another 12 years, I understand. I know. I mean, if they do, then I'm good. But yeah, so that was knocking that price down. Those Medieval was like $9, and it took it down to like $6. And I was like, sure, anything that was like a $10 game. Civ 6 was a $10 game. Knocked it down to like $6.
Used to be, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Civ 6 for Switch. In fact, here, let me see. I can tell you everything I picked up. What is that? You ever open your phone and an app is running that you're like, I didn't open this app.
I must have grazed the button when I
when
went
I was
to the off switch.
Yeah, when I was doing the
yeah.
off switch, I think, because it was one of our stations. I was like, that's not. No. Purchases. Okay. Pretty much bought everything through Best Buy because it was the cheapest. If there was something on sale, video game wise, I could get it for even cheaper if Best Buy had it on sale.
Yeah.
So I got Super Mario Brothers 3D All Stars for Nintendo Switch. Ghost Tsushima, right? Tsushima. I ordered that one on Wednesday, and it still hasn't arrived. It shipped. It's supposed to arrive today. Actually, it was supposed to arrive Monday, but never did. They said, it's delayed. I'm like, okay. It's been in Birmingham for like the week. And so maybe it's arriving today. I went ahead and bought another copy that is waiting for me to pick up because it's already at the store. Mm-hmm. And so I'll just go get that one. And when this other one finally decides to show up, I'll return it.
Yeah.
Because I paid the same amount of money for it.
Yeah.
What other games did I get here? As I look, Civ 6 I talked about, Medieval I talked about, Mafia Definitive Edition, Link's Awakening on Nintendo Switch, Luigi's Mansion 3 on Nintendo Switch, Yoshi's Crafted World on Nintendo Switch as well. So
you got a good haul.
Yeah. Here's the other thing. The last show that we did was the one going into the Thanksgiving week.
Right.
And so we did our big Black Friday stuff, and I told you guys, I said, okay, if you're looking for next-gen consoles, here's what we think is going to happen, but we don't know when. And everybody was saying that it looks like Best Buy is going to put their PS5 and their Xbox Series X and S's, whatever. I'm just going to call them the Xbox and the PS5. They were going to put those up on sale sometime Sunday. We didn't know. But the flyer or the Black Friday ad said these deals start on the 22nd, and said pages blah, blah, blah through blah, blah, blah start on the 22nd. And, of course, that's where the new consoles were. And so there was a lot of speculation, like this is probably when they're going to go on sale, but we don't know when. You know, Best Buy is based on somewhere in a state. I don't know what state they're based in, but it's in the Central Time Zone. So we were thinking, okay, midnight, you know?
Yeah.
Central. And they were like, well, maybe it's going to be 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. So I'm up at midnight, nothing. I read some forums there. It's
Minnesota.
Okay. Read some forums again, and it's getting close to 1 o'clock, 1 in the morning. I'm like, okay, let's get ready for the next one. And we're looking around, nothing. Kohl's at 1 o'clock. Kohl's puts theirs up. They put a bundle up. This was out of the blue. No one expected it. This was not in their Black Friday ad. This was nowhere.
Surprise.
Yeah. So Kohl's puts up a PS5 bundle for like $800 some odd. It comes with the system, an extra controller, and the Spider-Man game. So maybe it was more. Wait, how much is it? No, it's $500.
Yeah, that seems a little high for a bundle.
So it would have been $6. It was like $650. It was like $650. I don't know why I said $8. I'm thinking of those some of those other people 60, that do those bundles.
The game is $70, and the controller was. How much is the controller? Is it 60 or 70?
60.
60,
I believe.
Okay.
Anyway,
yeah.
Kohl's put that up, and the forum I was reading, people were going nuts because the thing was not selling out, and people were able to make orders. And when you made an order, you got like $150 in Kohl's cash, which is only able to use in the store.
Right.
And I mean, a buttload of people ordered that system, and then as the days went on, as the hours went by, especially towards the morning, around like 9 a.m. the next morning, and then days after, people were getting cancellation notices because for some reason they oversold, and they're like, okay, we can't fulfill this order, we're canceling it, but people got to keep their Kohl's cash. So if I'd have gone in on that, I'd have just gotten a free $150 from
free money
Kohl's, right, to go spend at their store. But I didn't. I didn't buy it on that because I was like, I'm getting it from Best Buy. I was also checking Amazon as well, and Amazon has done nothing.
Yeah.
Amazon has done nothing. They didn't do anything for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They've done nothing. They have not put those systems back on sale in any sort of way since the launch. And that is it. They haven't done that. And there's still people who ordered on launch day and still haven't gotten their consoles yet. Yeah. Still hasn't shipped. So anyway, 2 o'clock rolls around and nothing, and I'm like, okay. And as it gets closer to 3, I'm like, okay, we'll check 3 and then we're going to bed. 3 o'clock rolls around, nothing. So I'm like, okay, I'll go. So I went and I laid down and I made sure my computer volume was up very high. I made sure that my phone volume was up high. I took my watch off because if I wear this, the notifications that I get don't come in on the phone. They go straight to my watch, and my watch is on silent. So I took that off so it would go off. And I got a little bit of sleep. Around 3:30, I finally drift off to sleep or so. And then 4:45, I kind of snap out of my sleep and I check. And Best Buy has just gone live with their systems. So I run to the computer and I'm like, and Best Buy has a nice little way of avoiding these bots, like Amazon, it just clicks and goes through. Newegg's the same way.
Yeah.
A lot of these places, they don't have anything in place. It's odd. So Best Buy has a thing where you click to add it to your cart, and then the add to cart button grays out and says, please wait. And so you have to wait until that button refreshes again. If it refreshes again, then you add it to your cart and you go through the process. But it's a way to kind of avoid the whole bot situation where people are getting those. Anyway, 4:45, this thing goes up. I click on the PS5. No Xboxes, just PlayStations. That's it. They haven't done their Xboxes, but the PlayStations are up. Go ahead and do that. I get through. I get one. So I got a PS5. And it's ready for pickup on Friday, Black Friday. And then, I'm excited and I'm typing in forums, hey, I got one, good luck. They're still, and I'm still looking at it and like, okay, they're still available. This is good. This is nice. Anyway, that was at 4:45. I haven't gone back to sleep yet. 6 o'clock rolls around, their Xboxes go on sale. 6 a.m. And so I was able to get one of those as well and get those. So I do have now, I have both consoles in which I said I would not get both consoles as they released. And yet I do have them. No, I did not get them as they released, but it doesn't matter. It's within the window to say, yeah, I did. But I'm stupid. I don't understand. I don't understand why I say these things. Why do I say I'm not going to do something and then I do it?
Were you pressured?
No. Well, not by anybody other than my own need to have a new thing.
New shiny?
Yeah, a new gadget. New gadget, know? Yeah, that's basically, I think that's
Buy
basically.
now, play later.
Yeah, it's and it's falling into the hype of the new systems. Really wanting to try out that little controller thing for the PlayStation, which I did, and yeah, that's really cool. It's got some really neat little things. It's but unless a game, and I probably said this as well, but unless a game takes advantage of it, there's no real big deal. There. The game really has to take advantage of it. You have to play a game that wants to take advantage of a controller that does a lot of different things there. And, I don't see a lot of games supporting that stuff.
It's like I've always said, man. It's like the system is good on paper. It can be the most powerful system in the world, but if it doesn't have the library, what's the point? Yeah.
I fell into the hype, and I got both systems. That Sunday, they stayed in the box. Going to pick up on Black Friday, whew.
Need security.
Well, no, they did not. They weren't allowing anybody to go in the store for pickup. If you want to go in the store to shop, you could go in the store to shop, but you could not go to pickup. Pickup was drive up and they bring it out to you.
Still need security.
Oh no, there was a lot of people out there. It was fine. It was fine.
Okay.
But there was a line of cars because they only had so many designated spaces for pickup.
Yeah.
And so when you got there, you had to go get into a line like a drive-through.
Yeah.
And then pull in, and then they brought you all.
This is out at East Chase or Prattville.
Yeah, there's no Prattville. That closed.
Oh, that's right. Damn, I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a maze. It's a maze out there anyway, and then yeah. So there's a line snaking around everything.
No, it was on the side of the building. And so you had to go down there and then go behind the building to get in line as they all kind of moved back up and got their stuff. So. I mean, it was rather quick, but then, those consoles stayed in their boxes until Sunday afternoon or so. When I decided, okay, it's time to rearrange. I had to rearrange my space, man. The Xbox is big, but it is nothing compared to the PS5. You're not You're not prepared for how big the PS5 is.
I want to say
really not.
I want to say a twin deck VHS player.
I mean, yeah.
But how many people know what a VHS player is nowadays? Yeah, but yeah.
I wouldn't even call it a twin deck. I would call it the old VHS players that were massive.
Yeah.
You know, this thing again. Like I said, you're not. You think you are, because I thought I was, because people are just like, man, PS5, this is really big. You're going to be surprised at how big it is when you get it. I'm like, okay, yeah, big machine. You know, and they'd show it sitting next to the Xbox One X. I'm like, yeah, it's bigger than the Xbox, blah, blah, blah. Or the Xbox Series X. And, you know, like, yeah, it's big, whatever. Even the box doesn't prepare you for how big it is. I mean, the box is rather large, but it still gives you no indication of how gigantic that machine is until you pull it out of the box.
As in, this thing is not like 40% cardboard secured or filler. No, this thing like takes up the gigantic. Whole box.
My shelf space. This thing went from, I couldn't sit it up. I couldn't stand it up. I would
imagine you couldn't have stood it up. I've seen your setup, and no.
Maybe I could if I lowered one of my shelves down a few pegs
significantly.
But I don't know. And so I was already in my head. I had already figured out how I was going to rearrange this stuff, and so I didn't want to change it up. I was like, just do it this way, and if we want to change it up and get a new shelf thing, we'll figure it out. So my Xbox and my PlayStation had to switch places on my shelf in order to, make room for it. Make room for it. I even got rid of my I had a Sony 4K Blu-ray player, a little small thing, but it was just dedicated to 4K Blu-ray because I know the Xbox One X and the PS5 or PS4. The PS4 didn't do 4K. The Xbox One X does 4K, but I know that its Blu-ray player, its drive in there was not necessarily up to specs like a dedicated 4K player was.
Yeah.
So I had gotten that, and I was like, I need space. You know, I don't need to use. I don't really need to use this 4K player anymore. So I got rid of that. Plugged the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch, by the way, was running through my Xbox One X. You know how the old Xbox Ones, they were where you could plug in your cable box into it and then send it back out to your TV?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was doing, but I was plugging my Nintendo Switch in there. So when I told the Xbox to watch TV, it would bring up the Nintendo Switch. And I could play Nintendo Switch on my One X, or my Xbox One X. This convoluted thing just to tell you that now the only thing hooked up to my TV is my Apple TV, the Xbox Series X, the PS5, and the Nintendo Switch. Those are all hooked up to my TV now. The Xbox is now sitting on its side on the top shelf. The PlayStation 5 is sitting on its side on the bottom shelf, taking up the entire shelf. It is massive. It looks stupid laying down. It may look
uneven, doesn't it?
It's not, because it comes with a stand, but it still looks just
off,
ugly.
I mean, I've seen the pictures of it. I'm thinking of it if it's laying on the side, it's not going to be aesthetically pleasing because it's like a little off. It's not like unbalanced somehow. That's how it looks to me. If it was like
it was, if you don't use the stand, you can't lay it down. It's completely wobbly.
And the stand comes with it.
Stand comes with it. Better. And the stand, you need the stand to you need the stand for it to stand up, and you need the stand to lay it down.
Yeah,
you have to have them for both. And it may look better standing up. I don't know. Laying down, the thing looks ugly.
Looking at the pictures, like I said, man, it looks more even standing up than it does laying on the side.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. And I think it was meant to stand up.
But how much folks have the space to put it on their setup or whatever to stand the thing
massive.
up?
It's so massive. Yeah. It covers most of. Well, I didn't say it covers most, but it completely covers my sound bar if I stand it up because of the way my shelf is done. So, yeah. I also picked up, and these were not on sale. Sadly, but I picked up Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I picked up Assassin's Creed 5 for PS5, even though I got it for free on my PC, but I haven't heard good things about it running well on the PC. So I picked it up. Yeah, I picked it up for the PS5. And what else did I get? I got Watch Dogs Legion. Is that the new one? Watch Dogs Legion?
I think so.
Yeah. I picked it up. That was on sale. The PS5 version was on sale for $30. I got it for like 27 or 26 with my discount. Yeah. And I got a $10 gift certificate or reward certificate.
I was about to say because it's on PS4 as well, but then again,
they dropped both of them.
They dropped both of them
to the same price. You could buy the PS4 version or the PS5 version for $30.
Goodness, okay.
And because the PS5 version hadn't yet released, it didn't release until this past Tuesday. Okay. I'm sorry, not this past Tuesday, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Because it hadn't released yet, it was still under their little pre-order this game and we'll give you $10 of, reward certificates. Mm-hmm. And so I pre-ordered it for like $27 and got it. I was like, okay, that's fine. I haven't heard good things about Watch Dogs Legion. I haven't even played it, but I haven't heard good things about it. It's kind of they made an attempt, basically, is what I'm hearing. So, yeah, I got all that set up, and I looked at Red Dead Redemption 2 on my Xbox. By the way, transferring everything was fine, especially on the Xbox. That was painless completely.
Silk, huh?
I mean, most of my stuff was already on an external drive. I just moved everything else over to an external drive, unclicked it, put it into the Xbox Series X, went to the management system, was like, okay, put these games on the system, moved them over. Setting it up was done on the app, the Xbox app on your phone. Setting up it was one of the most cleanest, efficient ways I've ever set up a machine before as far as a new console. Mm-hmm. Most new not that you get a lot of runaround with those, but because you can just log in, it's like, all right, we know your password, we know your stuff, we're just going to put this in here, we know your preferences. You want us to just bring over your settings from the other one to this one? Yes. There you go. Because it was all backed up on their cloud. Mm-hmm. So it's perfectly fine. So yeah, here's what I played. I played Astrobot, which is surprisingly fun. It's a pack-in for the system. Mm-hmm. It's basically a demo for the controller, for the most part. Yeah. But it's a really well-fleshed-out demo. Not bad. And then I played AC5, and I played Destiny as well, Destiny 2. So there's what I played. Not a whole lot.
Yeah. I mean, when pack-ins were good with what was I trying to think of the one for the like back in the Genesis, I remember the one with the what was the Genesis or Dreamcast had a pack-in. It was like a maze with a snake or something like that. I'm trying to remember the name of it offhand. But I remember it was one of those two consoles. It was like secret. It was like no one didn't tell anybody. It was like something you did with the controller on the screen with no disc or cartridge loaded. It was on one of those two systems, but you did a certain code in there and it popped up a game on the system. I'm trying to remember what it is right now.
Yeah. We need to take a break.
Yeah, we're a little overdue.
We're way overdue for a break. Whoever's on hold, stay on hold. It's probably Chris, which he's used to staying on hold. Just stay on hold, man. We'll get right back to you when we come back from this break. Got music here from a game called Falconeer. I think it's only maybe on both systems, but I know it's on the Xbox. This is music. In fact, a lot of music that we got here was from like demo tapes or something like that. That's all I could find when I was putting in the name of the game into YouTube to find music. So this is from a demo reel of Falconeer. I don't know if this music ever made it in there, but anyway, enjoy it. We'll be right back with more in-game chat right after this. Welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from Empire of Sin. Just came out this week. I think it came out of early access, or it may still be in early access right now.
Sounds like film noir detective type thing.
It's Mafia.
Mafia? Okay.
It's old 30s, you know.
Yep. 30s
Mafia stuff.
Like it's like the music you'd hear going to this the nightclub for the night. Yeah,
I was actually really interested in it, but there are more reviews I read where it just said, you know, I like my Mafia games. I don't know why, but the more I read about it, the more they said it's trying a lot of different things here, and it can't do any one of them correctly.
I had a feeling about that about the one we were talking about last time, Chicken Police.
Yeah. I was thinking, that was more of a noir.
It's noir. So that right then and there, it got me interested already. Pretty interesting characters look like when I looked at the promo for it.
They're going off in the chat room there about the difference. There's people who love the look of the PS5, people who hate the look of the PS5, people who hate the look of the Xbox, people who love the look of it.
Hey, to each his own, man. Hey,
it is. Like it, totally is. But sitting on my shelf right now, I don't want to say it's an eyesore, but it's not the best of looking machines. Yep. Maybe standing up, I don't know.
Yeah, based on the pictures I saw of the PS5, I looked at it and I thought I would be better to me personally standing up. Mm-hmm. It looks more aesthetically pleasing that way, personally to me, standing up as opposed to laying down on the side.
The Xbox Series X is an interesting design too. Maybe again, preferably used to stand rather than lay down. Mm-hmm. But seriously, it's just this unassuming.
It's a brick,
black brick. No designs. You know, there's a slot for your discs, and there's a glowing Xbox logo when you turn it on. Mm-hmm. But when it's just sitting there off, it's just this blackness. It's just this dark black block, and there's no. I don't know. I'm strictly talking about the outsides, the aesthetics, that sort of thing. I'm not talking about anything as far as power is concerned or anything like that.
A simplistic design. I mean,
but it is a geometry shape in 3D. I mean, it's
like someone said, "We're not here to look pretty. We're here to play your games at the best. Play your games at the best level. That's it."
I mean, what if we enlarged a Lego, and you know, and so it's just It's odd how that came through, like, you know, the I don't know who the team picks on these things, but whoever does the design, you know, it's odd that the design team got that past whoever they had to get that past and said, here it is.
Was there a design team?
Not that it needs to be flashy, not that it needs to be anything, but it's a black brick. Normally with these Xbox machines, you got to have a little green there somewhere because they like the green. Yeah. And this does have some green in the vents, but when you lay it down, you don't see it that well. And maybe when you stand it up, I don't know if you still see it. I really have no idea because none of these are getting the vertical treatment from me.
Well, it makes it stand out. That's for sure.
They could actually sit on, you know, I'm rethinking my shelving thing here. If I can lower that shelf a little bit to where the PS5 can stand up, that would easily mean that the Xbox can stand up as well, and I can put them both on one shelf rather than taking up two different shelves.
One on each end, right?
Yeah.
You don't want both of them sitting in the middle.
But I got to figure. But the only thing determining that is that massive block of PS5.
Yep.
That thing. Let's go to the phones because he's been waiting long enough here. Hey, Chris.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing. What's going on with you?
So you got both of them. You enjoying them?
I mean, you know, from what I've played with them, which ain't much. In fact, I haven't played anything new on the Xbox Series X. I played Red Dead. So I haven't played anything new. And I have plenty there I guess I could play because, you know, you got Game Pass going on, which has added EA Play, by the way. That was nice to see. I went ahead and downloaded, what was it? The Jedi, that Star Wars game from like 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. I didn't play it, but I downloaded it. So, which is the story of my gaming life, really. I have it. I didn't play it.
I guess we know what one of the games you're not going to be playing on PlayStation 5
is
the Demon Souls.
Oh yeah, no, I won't play that. Although that little PS Plus collection that comes with it, you know, I had most of those games. I probably had about half of those games, but it was nice to That was much larger selection than I thought.
Have them all in one place.
That was a nice selection.
Yeah, it was a much bigger selection than I thought. Again, even though I had all of those. If you were just getting into PS5 and you had the PS5 and the collection there, you got some good games to play.
Oh yeah.
For your brand new system. Well, I say you got some good games to play. You got some good previous generation games to enjoy on your next generation system. And plus, you got that pack in with the Astrobot thing, so that was nice. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'm enjoying both systems. I honestly like them both. I just haven't gotten around to playing anything significant on really either one, to be honest with you. So
yeah, haven't been playing Assassin's Creed on the 5 that much either. I've been having more fun playing Fallout 4, even though I had bought all the expansions and stuff when it came out years ago. But since it was free again, I thought, hey, I'll just download it and just have it a digital one. I can just play it whenever. I don't have to worry about sticking the disc in there. But I've been having more fun playing it and been spending all the time playing it actually for the last couple of weeks.
I'm actually looking to get a Series S as well.
Play PlayStation 2 games on?
Yes! Yes! You knew exactly what I was going with. Apparently this thing is an emulation beast.
Oh, yeah, I think it does GameCube and all the other older
It does,
games.
yeah. It is apparently a fantastic system for emulation. So is the Series X, by the way. The Series X and the S both can do the emulation. But since all your older systems aren't going to be putting out 4K graphics or anything, and the S only goes up to like 1440, I believe.
Yeah, but I remember reading that all the emulators mainly use the CPU stuff and not the graphic cards that much.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. The Series X and S are just emulation, just great for emulation. And so I've looked in a little bit on how to do this, and I'm like, all right, if I pick up an S, which is, much cheaper than another X, I can hook that up to my PC room, which is where I'll be putting most of those emulators and stuff on to the system itself. Plus, hooked it up to a 1440 monitor that I've got back there that doesn't need speakers or any, doesn't need the big surround sound stuff or anything like that. Yeah. And I just, boom, there you go. Got myself a nice little retro machine. Or I can pick up where I left off on a game I was playing on Game Pass while I'm sitting at the computer. So, it's got a lot of options available to it. And so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, it can do what the PlayStation 5 can't.
It can play PS2 games, which the PlayStation 5 cannot do. Yeah, I know.
I was looking up the PS5 collection while y'all were talking. Man, goodness, that's a nice selection of stuff in there you can pick from there. Being a PS Plus member.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it is, and I was talking to somebody in our Discord earlier this week because they weren't really defending Microsoft as much as they were just trying to crap all over Sony. And they wanted to, and they fessed up and just said, I'm just looking for a reason to crap on Sony. I was like, oh, that's fine. I said, you can have your reasons, but so far, Sony performance-wise is outperforming on a lot of these head-to-head titles, is outperforming the Microsoft, the Xbox, which I'm sure will change over the years and will change with different games and that sort of things. Yeah. It's way too early in the year to be.
I was about to say, give it time.
Oh yeah,
give
easily.
It time, some will change.
Easily, and which should mean it should push the Xbox into the lead there as far as performance-wise. But your preference on what you want to go with is your preference. Do whatever.
Yeah, make them push each other.
Yeah,
exactly. Force both of them to be better.
Was it rising tide lifts all boats type thing? Yeah. So, and I was talking to him about that, and I said that. I said it doesn't really matter, though, because Microsoft's value in Game Pass is better than anything that PlayStation Plus. Although, and I brought up the PS Plus collection. That's a nice little collection. However, that's static. As far as we know, it's static. It may change out from here and there. Do they add to it while taking away from it? I don't know. Do they say, well, if you had the collection at this point, you would have gotten all these other games with it, but we're pulling those and we're adding... we're pulling 5 games out of the collection and adding another 5 for the next 2 months or however long it's going to be. Yeah.
I think that the ones that I already own or don't own, I may just go ahead and add them to my library, and regardless, as long as I have the subscription, if I decide to start playing one of those, even if I have it on the external...
No, you should do that anyway. You should be doing. You should have been doing this. Yeah. I don't know how long you've had a PlayStation or PS Plus.
Ever since I've had it, yeah. Every time something's free, even if I have no interest in it, I'll still put it in the library.
Yeah, add it to your library because it's attached to your account.
Because my account goes through about 2-3 years. It doesn't expire for 2 or 3 years, and I just keep adding on these years as years go by anyway. So if I'm going to have PlayStation Plus, regardless, may as well get every free game I can while it's out there.
Yep.
Yeah. So definitely look into that, or the if you get a PlayStation and you get PS Plus, that PS5 collection, trust me, your system will show you exactly what to look at, because when you get there, it's like, when you get to your main menu screen on your PlayStation 5, it's right there, and you can add those. It already said that I had a lot of them, obviously, but I still added every single one of those to my library, and so that was nice to get. But yeah, well, Chris, we appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah, y'all have a good Thanksgiving as well.
Oh yeah. No, everything was great.
It was good.
Yeah, some of my family got over, and my uncle's wife and my mother were playing the Astrobot and everything, so I let my aunt play it, and she went through the first stage. It took her quite a while, but yeah, she had a blast. She didn't give up, but the way my setup is, I have multiple outputs from the same input, all the different things. I have multiple inputs, and then they all split up, and I can have projector, monitor, or another little TV in front of the couch, so me and Mom were sitting on the couch watching her play, and she had her own little, the gaming monitor I've been using for a while. It's kind of going to be replaced as soon as I can get, a 4K one that Asus makes, and also, she had a ball playing it. She had a great time, and we were having fun watching her.
Yeah.
Well, good, man. Good to hear.
Good family experience there.
I'm glad it all worked out for you.
Yeah. Well, y'all have a good weekend, and y'all have fun.
All right, man. Take care.
Take care now.
All right, bye.
See you later.
Yeah. So we could spend more time talking about these two systems, and I'm sure over time we will, because new games will be released and stuff like that. But
and all the news surrounding both systems anyway.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Ultimately, that I don't want to say it was an argument. It wasn't. The discussion that was going on in the Discord was that of basically the value of Game Pass is just unreal.
Yeah.
Sony.
How many games available? Triple digits.
Yeah. It's over 100. Digits.
I mean,
it's over 100. Plus, if you've got a PC and you're also a member, then you've got it on there as well, which is just adds more to.
Yeah, it's like you got title overload.
It's amazing. It's amazing how much you get for what you pay for that, and Sony has nothing to compete against that. PlayStation Now doesn't live up to it. No. PlayStation Plus in no way lives up to it. If they did incorporate something like that, it would be nice. Yeah. I just don't see Sony ever doing that. They don't have.
I mean, Plus gets you free games, but for the most part, Plus was there because you wanted to play competitively on some games. You had to be a Plus member, so that's the main reason.
I mean, can you imagine Sony? Can you imagine? We got to take a break, but can you imagine Sony doing something like Game Pass, where all of their first-party titles are released day and date? It's kind of like what that whole HBO Max Warner Brothers thing, where the movies.
So they got the news recently.
Yeah, the movies are going to come right to your app.
All their movies are going straight to the app and not to a theater. That was just.
Oh no, they're going to a theater too.
Okay,
they're going both to the theater and the app same day.
Okay, all right.
So you can elect to go to the theater or watch it at home.
But even then, why go to the theater then if that's the case?
Some people prefer that experience.
Yeah.
Some people prefer it.
I mean, though.
I think I used to at one point, but I think, I don't know, as I got older, or actually what spoiled me was working at the movie theater and watching these movies whenever I felt like it after we closed. I basically used the theater as my own home theater experience. And I got real spoiled by enjoying a movie with just my friends. Yeah. Or not the general public. And so I would always pick times to go when a lot of people were not going to be there.
Yeah. I liked hitting the times people wanted to be there, like Tuesday at 2:00 or something like that, or the Sunday matinee.
Mother's Day is a great day to go.
Yeah.
Iron Bowl, when we did their football game, great day.
Everyone's focused on football. This day, everyone's focused on football. No one's
Super Bowl is a great time to go to the movies. But anyway, but basically, can you imagine Sony doing that? I mean, Microsoft doing it. I don't see Sony ever doing it. I don't see Sony ever saying that, we're going to put our first-party titles for free to people who are subscribers to PS Plus. I just don't see that ever happening. I don't see it.
No.
So, anyway, we got to go. We're way behind. Here is music from a game called Haven. We'll be back with more in-game chat right after this. Welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from a brand new game, or it's called Twin Mirror. From the guys that made Life is Strange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now there's a great discussion going on in the chat room about television screens.
Discussion or fight?
You know.
It's a good discussion.
It's usually it's Lethal saying this, and then it's everybody else saying no. Which is kind of the discussion that usually spawns out of that is, which is fine. I tend to side with him just saying in the sense that OLED is the best picture I've ever seen on a TV.
Yeah, I have to go off of you and the folks you know about that because, like I said, I'm in the market for another TV, but size is an issue because OLEDs they didn't come under a lot of them don't come under 50, do they?
Well, there's a 55-inch. There may be a 48-inch.
Maybe, but yeah.
48 OLED. I think there is a 40. Yeah, there's a 48 OLED.
Okay.
In the CX series, which
LG.
Is
LG. Okay.
In the LG series, CX series.
It's just one of the things I just got to do a little more research on because the TV I got now, it's I think I've had that thing for years, but
can you only how big can you
go? I might be able to pull 55, but I have to get the dimensions and see for myself for sure.
So 65 is not an option?
No, 65 is not an option.
Gotcha. Because I'm looking to get a CX.
A 40. He said Lethal says a 48 CX would be a great PC monitor.
I mean, no, I would say no on that.
But that depends on the distance you have to sit from it, though.
True, I sit real close. I sit real close to my.
Yeah, if you can sit like a good distance from the screen, I can see that.
Yeah,
but
no, I don't think a 48 would work for my purpose. I would say that now. I was also looking at over the holiday, at the ultra widescreen monitors.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah. I think I was at a micro center in Duluth, Georgia, and I saw one of those ultra wide screens. I'm like, I can't sit.
I know. I got
to back up from this one.
I'm really kind of looking into those, but it's obviously missed the window here. Yeah. Not that I was really looking.
Yeah,
but I'm seeing more and more of them, and I'm like,
Yes, the one with it's like the length of a file cabinet laying on its side, but you just curved to where it just covers your peripherals.
I've seen
as well.
the when I go to Steam to launch Destiny, that thing will repopulate with screenshots from people on my friends list.
Yeah,
and every now and again I'll see a widescreen screenshot and I'll look at it and I'm like, "Wow, look at this!" Because just everything, and then your HUD is like, your HUD is still where it would normally be.
Yeah.
But
it's like a big, it was like a big panoramic.
Yeah, but you got around, so much stuff to see. I really, really like that. So, but I will say again, an OLED is the most beautiful screen that I have ever seen. The most beautiful image I have ever seen. When you've got the right stuff hooked up and you got it calibrated the way it needs to be, and even if you don't have it calibrated the way it needs to be, I mean, fresh out of the box, the thing looks good. You calibrate it, it looks even better.
Just tweak it to the way you like it.
And you can find forums all over the place to tell you how to calibrate those things, or at least how to make some stuff to get it in a ballpark where you can tweak here and there to find something that you enjoy that works for you. But yeah, I mean, but also an OLED's expensive, just massively expensive. But that 65CX, man, I did not get it. And it's gone back up in price, which is fine. But that was the thing when I plugged in my Series X to my TV that I had. It's like, here's the settings that we picked because we've detected what TV you have. And it's like, your TV does not do 120 hertz; it only does 60 hertz. I thought it did 120, but apparently it doesn't. And so all these things are turned off because it's a 2-year-old TV. That's the other thing that really bugs me about my, me even just giving a glance at a brand new TV. It's like, my TV it's 2 years old. It's fine.
Yeah.
Tell yourself that over and over again. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm trying to remember how old mine is. I think it's like...
You're fine. By the
like
time
6.
you do need one, that TV will have better features than the current one that you want. Yeah. So just,
Yeah, mine's like 6.
Hold back,
At least
buddy.
6 years old, so... Yeah.
We still haven't gotten around to news or anything like that, so...
We'll just cover what we can, as always.
Yeah, we got the Game Awards coming up this week. I didn't run down any of the nominees, but the Game Awards is being held on the 10th, which 7, 8, 9. That's Thursday. We'll hit some of the highlights here. Game of the Year, you've got Doom Eternal. That will not win. Final Fantasy VII Remake. That will not win. Ghosts of Tsushima. That is a possibility. Hades. Also a possibility, although I hate the fact that it is, but whatever, it's fine. I haven't played it, and so I don't know the... I
hadn't heard of it.
It's from Supergiant. I want to say it's Supergiant Games.
Supergiant Games.
Yeah, like not Behemoth, but what's that game? Starts with a B.
It'll come to you later.
It will come to me later. It was their first game that they released, and everybody's like, you need to go play it. And it took me years, and I finally did play it, and I was like, okay, where's everybody being all hyped about this?
Yeah.
I'm curious about Hades. I am curious about it, but yeah. Animal Crossing New Horizons, that won't win. It's worth it to be nominated, but it won't win. And Last of Us Part 2. High contender for being the winner there.
I would say high possibility on that one.
Big contender on that one. I feel like Hades will be the, I don't want to say sleeper, but the one that comes in under all of these and is like, oh wow, gives
flew under the radar, yeah.
Yeah, it gives an indie studio a nice little boost there. Yeah.
But that was saying I hadn't heard of it. Like all the other games you mentioned, like it's advertisements, posts, social media all over the place, but Hades just suddenly.
Best game direction, Hades is in there. Ghost of Tsushima, Half-Life Alyx is in there, which is not something I haven't played. Final Fantasy VII Remake and Last of Us Part 2. I feel Last of Us Part 2 going to be a sweep on this thing.
Yeah.
Narrative, basically all the games we've said. Art direction, Ghost and Last of Us and Hades are, holy God. Hades so far, how many nominations did Hades get?
Okay, I'm going to look this game up for a second. Hold on.
Hades got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Counting how many times Hades got nominated.
Action RPG, okay.
8 nominations for Hades. Let's count Last of Us 2 just for comparison's sake. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And is it 8 again? Is it just going to stop at 8? Oh, 9, 10. 10. 10 nominations for the Game Awards, and I believe, I'm just gonna leave it there because I don't think anybody else got higher than 10 on that one. But there's a lot there. Last of Us got nominated. Best Performance got Last of Us. Best Performance got 2 nominations from Last of Us 2, with Ellie and Abby, the voice actresses for those. Mm-hmm. Ghost got nominated for Jin Sakai, I think, whoever that is. Hades
Jin Sakai?
Hades is also nominated Best Performance. So, yeah. Best Indie Game, Fall Guys, Hades. Guess who's going to win that one? Spiritfarer, that's nice. I'm really glad they got nominated for Best Indie. I hope they win. They won't, but I hope they will. Fall Guys is in there, so they're probably going to win. Best Mobile Game, Among Us, very likely. Or Genshin Impact or Genshin Impact?
Genshin Impact, yeah.
Possibly.
Popular little RPG, free to play, so.
Yeah. Destiny 2 got nominated for Best Community Support. That's interesting because it's like Destiny 2's been out for a while, guys.
Yeah.
So that'll, you know what? We don't watch these for the awards. We watch these for whatever trailers they're going to throw our way. We already know we're getting a look at Dragon Age 4 at Game Awards, and God knows what else. Tom Holland's supposed to be there, so we might get a Uncharted trailer, teaser, something out of that. Mm-hmm. Who's doing that movie? What studio's doing that movie that it might get put on a streaming service?
What's that?
Uncharted.
Okay.
The movie. World Ends With You. Huh?
Speaking of movies, I was remembering some of the.
Well, it's a Sony movie, so it's probably. Yeah. But I'm sure there's. I don't know.
I'm saying they had some movie for like a Metal Gear Solid or something. They cast someone for that.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac got cast.
Oscar Isaac, yeah, that's it.
And you saw when Warner Brothers did their whole, like, our entire slate of 2021 movies going on HBO Max.
Yeah, going on
Mortal
HBO Max.
Kombat was in there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that they were filming a new Mortal Kombat film.
Yeah, they had little things on the webs on the
no clue, not at all.
Websites and things like that.
Yeah. I don't read. Let's see. Oh, you called out on that. Let's see. I haven't heard anything concerning Demon Souls.
Yeah, he was talking about the some
I was looking at
content.
Yeah, I was looking at Nabokov saying I also worry about TVs over time, especially with HUD and ghosting issues that could happen with unproven display tech. I've had my OLED. I have my OLED for 2 years, and I have watched a bunch of stuff, and I played a bunch of stuff. No burn-in whatsoever. Keep your TV off the news channels for extended amounts of time, and you should be fine.
Yeah.
The bright red that is always sitting on most of those.
Stuck on the bottom,
the crawl at the bottom, not good. Not good.
Go to any mechanic or doctor's office, stuck on that channel all the time, and when those monitors go off, you see that burnt image, anything that you...
Yeah, if I could turn these monitors off in here, you would see... All right, now I want to say, well, maybe I can't. I don't know. I don't want to chance it. But this whole setup here that's on our station screens, this is the computer that I'm pointing at right now, is the computer that runs programs on the air. Then there's another monitor next to it that is hooked up to a regular computer. That's what we use for browsing internet, YouTube, whatever. But this one that plays the stuff that's on the air, it is set like this. It never goes to sleep. It is constantly looking like it is, and yes, it has bad burn-in, which is fine because it's not running anything else. You can't even tell that there's burn-in on it because everything is fitting into the place that it needs to fit.
Yeah, it's not going to change, so the burn's not an issue.
But as soon as it goes away for whatever reason,
if
during a restart or something like that,
change programs on that for something else. Yeah. Oh yeah, the burn will be glaringly obvious.
Yep. Let's see. World Ends With You sequel getting announced for PS4 and Switch. Apparently that has been a long time coming, or completely surprised. PlayStation 5 launch was plagued by stock scalping. Yeah, the report suggests. Trust me, of course it is. Yeah. It is still a pain. I'm still in the thread. Like, there was a thread that was made after the pre-orders, or after the launch of the systems, and it was a thread made on the forums there about, like, hey, are you one of the people that are currently trying to get, tell us about your adventure, which is all I can say that it is. And there's still people in there trying to get them. They're trying to get them from PS5 Directs, from when Target makes drops, Best Buy, Amazon, anybody making drops. Even people like Newegg will make a drop, but it's a bundle.
Yeah.
And even then, people are like, I'm still going to go. GameStop does bundles. So people still trying to get those, and they're still very hard to get.
I've been hearing the stories about the console stolen, swapped in the box, things like that.
By the way, there's folks on eBay selling pictures of a PS5. And because of the way it's worded, these things are getting bids up into like $400 range.
Yeah.
Just a picture of a PS5. And they put it, they're very, very, you really need to read the description. Even the subject line says picture, it's like picture. And then as you read description, like, this is just a picture. Or I'm only selling the box, no console. And it's getting like $400 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but that's horrible. I don't like that. Scalping it, and okay, I get the scalping part where you're selling it to somebody in desperate need or needs it and who has the money to pay for it.
Or just doing it for the profit.
Right, just for the profit.
Yeah.
But if you're doing that where you're trying to sell a box or a picture and just trying to
you're just taking advantage of the fact that people don't really read the TLDR crowd.
Which I get that that's on them to do, but it's also you for going through with it, and you really shouldn't do that.
It's a scummy thing, but you're taking advantage of what someone else.
Yeah,
you're taking advantage of someone who knowingly won't read the.
They misread it. They didn't read the whole thing. But you're still going to do that, and that part I don't agree with.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with the massive amount of money people are trying to sell these things for, but at the same time, if you find a buyer, that's fine.
Yeah.
You're not taking advantage of them because again,
someone out there is willing to pay $2,000 or whatever to get their hands on a PS5. So if they're willing to spend it, and you got it.
Yeah. Fortnite's getting a monthly subscription service. I don't know how much it's going to cost, and I don't really care because I don't play Fortnite. I'm sure other people do, man, but I don't care. Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, we got December 2020's Xbox Live games with gold games. That's really redundant to say. Saints Row, Gat Out of Hell from December 1st to the 15th. Bleed 2 from December 16th to the 15th. And The Raven Remastered from the entire month of December. Those are those. And what did we get on PlayStation Plus? We got Just Cause 4. Worms, one of the Worms games.
Worm games or something like that. Yeah.
And Rocket Arena was the other one. Which, by the way, if you got a PS5, you get Bug Snacks for free, which is the only PS5 game they're giving you for free right now. Yeah. But Bug Snacks, which I've got it, haven't played it. Yeah. Again, story of my gaming life. I got it. I haven't played it. Red Dead Online has a standalone game that was released on December 1st. That's great. Whatever. I will never go online with these things. Not Red Dead. Not GTA. I will never go online with Rockstar's online stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of people behaving badly on that thing. Yeah, might give you trust issues.
Let's see. There was an article about how Phil Spencer explained how developers get paid when their games go on Game Pass. And I was kind of curious and should have read this. He says, Phil Spencer says, our deals are all over the place. It's really based on the developer's need. One of the things that's been cool to see is a developer, usually a smaller to mid-sized developer, might be starting a game and say, hey, we're willing to put this in Game Pass on our launch day if you guys will give us X amount of dollars now. What we can do is we'll create a floor for them in terms of the success of their game. They know they're going to get this in return. In other cases, Microsoft will completely fund the production cost of a game, which is interesting. Other agreements are different. Developers have come to Microsoft asking for deals based on usage and monetization. We're open to experimenting with many different partners because we don't think we have it figured out. when we started, we had a model that was all based on usage. Most of the partners said, yeah, we understand that, but we don't believe it. So just give us the money up front. This is a great little article here. I will post it, and it's from GameSpot, which I hate. But yeah, I'll post that in here. There you go. Get that article going. I remember early on when we did the show and we're having developers on, this was back in the Xbox Arcade days. Mm-hmm. And I know we talked to developers about when they would get their game hosted on Xbox Arcade. Mm-hmm. This had nothing to do with Game Pass. There weren't freebies or anything like that. There was no kind of freebies going on with having gold or anything like that. This was just getting your game on Xbox Arcade. And I remember talking to a lot of indie devs where it was bad for them. Mm-hmm. Microsoft was doing them wrong. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I think that has changed now, in some way or another. I don't exactly know what, but yeah. Naughty Dog won 6 Golden Joystick Awards. That's fine. We kind of knew that, which is why I'm thinking, for Game Awards, they're going to run away with it. The PS5 is this the biggest launch? Let's see.
That biggest launch ever thing?
Right, but I think it's just within... Okay. The PS4 held the record for the biggest launch in the history of game consoles. But apparently now the PS5 is now the biggest launch in the history of game consoles. I'm not sure on the validity of that.
Yeah.
Right? Arioka says, how is PS5 the biggest launch ever if no one could get one? Exactly. How? I'm not sure I'm buying that. I think it's the biggest launch console the biggest launch in whatever for Sony. Mm-hmm. But I don't know about the biggest one ever.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. What else we have? You know what? We should take a break here anyway because we're at the bottom of the hour. So why don't we do that? We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hit more of this news that I'm trying to get through because there was a lot in the past 2 weeks. I'm just running down headlines at this point. So yeah, here is music from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This is called Holmgang. Holmgang, I guess. I don't know.
You got umlauts in there or something? What?
Nah, it probably was, and not showing up on here, but it probably was of some sort. I mean, it's Norse.
Okay.
So, expect to hear some big throaty North music? North music coming up. We'll be back with more in-game chat right after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from a game called Chronos Before the Ashes. The main theme of that is what we're listening to. What do we leave off here?
But the PS5 biggest launch ever claim.
Right. Microsoft's apparently acknowledged the Xbox Series X and S performance issues that they were having. There's still a lot of news here that I don't think we're going to get to the end of.
Just like I said, much as you can.
Yeah. Digital Foundry doing a lot of comparisons, and the takeaway on a lot of these head-to-head comparisons is that the PlayStation 5 is performing better than the Series X. Microsoft said it is working with developers to resolve the issues. We are aware of performance issues in a handful of optimized titles on the Series X and S and are actively working with our partners to identify and resolve these issues to ensure an optimal experience. As we begin a new console generation, our partners are just now scratching the surface of what next-gen consoles can do, and minor bug fixes are expected as they learn how to take full advantage of our new platform. We are eager to blah, blah, blah. It's just PR speak. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Then I got the article about the Xbox Series X and S are just emulation gods with they're playing place. Let's see, retro game enthusiasts are showing off the performance of many old PlayStation running on Microsoft's new generation of console hardware. Once in developer mode, Xbox hardware can run UWP, which is Universal Windows Platform apps, such as open source retro emulation software, RetroArch. There's still some issues. Files are capped in size, limiting the library of games currently available, while performance, music, and visuals in many games still needs a bit of tweaking, but it's impressive to see the performance of these games straight out of the box. The PS2 version of Silent Hill 2 looks nicer than the edition included in the PS3, Xbox 360 Silent Hill HD collection. Yeah, really interesting, and I'm very interested in that aspect of at least the Series X. Yeah, trying to buy a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox is still a nightmare. Good luck trying to get them. Xbox Game Pass added Doom Eternal. Ooh, what did it add? Okay, it added Doom Eternal. It added Control. And what else? Jam-packed. Let's see. Coming soon. Okay, what do we have? Rage 2, Control, Monster Sanctuary, Gang Beasts, Super Hot, Call of the Sea, Greedfall, Haven, Yes Your Grace, Yooka-Laylee, Slime Rancher, Unto the End, Dragon's Quest 11, Doom Eternal we talked about, Valhalla, or VA11, yeah, it's a...
Pun.
It's an interesting little, I don't know what that would be called. Starbound as well, coming to Xbox Game Pass this month. Good bit of stuff there. What else? The finale of Fortnite's season thing was the biggest they had ever had, with 15.3 million concurrent users checking that thing out when Galactus ate the planet type thing. I watched that and I was like, you know what? This is really cool. Why did, I hate to say, why doesn't Destiny do this, blah, 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 because there's an easy answer for that. But I just like the end of a season. They've given us some things, but I just like the end of the season being this...
An actual finale.
I mean, it really felt like a finale,
Yeah.
It really felt like... And it felt like you were involved, like massively involved in the aspect of doing it. God. Let me turn these. There's an advertisement for a pizza that I just adore, that I have not had. Well, it's the old Papa John's cheeseburger pizza. Comes around every so often. Most delicious thing you ever put in your mouth.
That would be the deep dish barbecue. That would be the deep dish barbecue from Godfather's.
Maybe Godfather's, man. Pizza.
The one from the 80s, though. Not from
pizza.
Nowadays.
I miss you, pizza. You got to be careful, because if I get up on a rant about food that I can't eat anymore,
We'll be here all day.
yes.
Okay.
Like
moving
writing
on.
these Dear John letters to all my favorite foods. Let's see. Sea of Thieves is now going seasonal with 100 levels of progression. I don't know what really that means. PlayStation Store, by the way, is having some deals until the end of the year. So keep looking out on that. Like if you've just got a brand new PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5, there are some deals on the PlayStation Store that you can take advantage of. They're actually really, really good. And you probably won't see them cheaper elsewhere as far as physically anyway. I don't know about what Xbox Live or what the Microsoft Store looks like. Mm-hmm. BioWare lost their two people left the studio. Casey Hudson, and the producer on the executive producer on Dragon Age, Mark Dara. Both of those left BioWare. Although Casey had left it before and then came back, and now he's leaving it again. Yeah. I don't know what that means, but that's a pretty big name to lose. He did a lot of stuff with BioWare. And in fact, I know he worked on Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2. He did not work on Mass Effect 3, I don't think. He did come back, I believe, and work on Mass Effect Andromeda. But yeah, so that was some interesting news to see that. And then Neil Druckmann got promoted to co-president of Naughty Dog. Well, there were two people in charge of Naughty Dog.
All right.
They were the founders of Naughty Dog, and they were co-founders basically. Mm-hmm. And there still are two co-founders, but they also were the co-presidents of the company. And one of those guys recently left or retired or something like that, and now they moved up Neil as co-president. Mm-hmm. Epic Game Store. They're giving away 2 RPG games the day that Cyberpunk releases, which is still on track to release, by the way. Cyberpunk 2077. Mm-hmm. Still on track to release December 10th, I believe, is when it comes out.
Yeah. Friday?
That's a Thursday.
Oh, it's Thursday. Okay.
So that is a Thursday when that comes out. I thought it was Friday as well, but that's a Thursday. Cave Story Plus is currently free, but next week you'll get Pillars of Eternity, like Definitive Edition or whatever. Yeah. Pillars of Eternity Definitive Edition and Tyranny Gold Edition will be free on Epic Store beginning Thursday. Pretty good deal there. PAX has announced that, oddly enough, PAX is going forward with their conventions this coming year. They are not doing PAX South. That's one they can't do. But they have announced the dates for PAX East, PAX West, other PAXs that they've announced. I don't think it's a good idea. Well, first off, they made it clear that, look, we're only announcing these dates in the event that next year is a good year to do stuff like this. Mm-hmm. It depends on how the year plays out, as always.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm just not sure about 70,000 people being crammed into that place and walking all over the place and that sort of thing. I'm just not sure about that for Seattle, my usual Seattle trip.
Yeah,
I ain't sure about it. 70,000 people. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can protect myself, but how are they doing?
Someone else won't.
Right, and plus you're gonna be picking up controllers. It'll also be interesting to see what game companies decide to run with this. Mm-hmm. Like, which is one of the reasons they're putting these dates out. They're like, here's what we're looking at, here's the dates, so now all of our vendors and everybody else can kind of be prepared about where they want to be, if they want to do this or not. When the dates are. Mm-hmm. So you can decide well ahead of time to say, I'm pulling out, I'm not doing this. Or we'll be there, that sort of thing.
Because I got conventions, I think about one that starts in January. I know it was pushed back to spring. So I'm thinking like mid to late March, maybe they're going to be doing that. So yeah, I can see where the not the usual time, they just push it ahead for it, so people got time to make a decision.
Epic announced that all Fortnite competitions and everything else.
Yeah,
no, they're not doing any physical things.
Yeah, it's going to be online or whatever. Yeah,
it's not going to be done in anything for the year of 2021. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. It feels weird right now because it's like, no, of course not, no. But I don't know what it's going to be like in September of next year. But even still, I don't know, man. I don't know. Obviously, it depends on how the next almost 10 months is going to play out, which is a lot of time. But, yeah, we'll see. Yeah. That's all I can say is
just bide your time and wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Activision sued Netflix over a stupid thing. So, yeah. Good.
Is this as stupid as the Epic Apple thing or
no,
something else?
They sued Netflix for poaching a former CEO person or CFO. They say that Netflix incited the Spencer Newman to break his contract to become the CFO of Netflix. So, yeah.
So tampering thing?
Yeah, I don't think it's anything. I don't. It's way too corporate.
We'll pay you more. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they gave him an incentive to break his contract, and so they're suing, which, whatever. I'm looking at the chat room now. Good God. I didn't know we had so many people in the room with us.
No. Do a roll call.
I am right now.
Okay.
AC Wraith. I don't... Adenolict, I guess. Arioka, A10. Casino Thanks. Casket Sharp.
Your favorite.
Very much my favorite. Commander Root. Conciliator, which was good to see him again. And I'm sorry that we've been... I don't know if he knows about my situations, but he's a longtime fan from way back when. So was Nabokov as well. And so was a lot of people. But... yeah, I didn't know if he knew about our situations with why we were having so many days off, and stuff. Because I had heart attack, and then I had COVID, and then I had another procedure done for my heart. So yeah, and then of course holidays were coming up
too. Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a rough last half of the year here. Yeah. Especially the hospital bills, by the way. You talk about buying a TV. I could have bought a couple of those TVs with what I'm having to pay in hospital bills. Crackamus, that's a fun name. Extra More. FTO Payer, I guess. Have This Too. Idolara. Isaac. Deplar. Joint Effort. That's an easier name. Lethal Migraine. Mslinity or Mslinity, I guess. Nabokov 87, Nabokov fan 87, of course. Stephen Van Dam, Taxis 59, and The Devil is OB. Thanks for coming in, everybody. We appreciate it. Yeah. So, I don't know. We've still got like 10 minutes to go, and I thought we would... I mean, I could expand on some of this news, but... Anyway, listen, it's been a while since Sunday. It's tomorrow's Sunday. So any of you listening trying to get any of these next-gen systems, tomorrow is Sunday. Sometime tonight, beginning around midnight or after, some of these stores are going to drop new systems. Maybe it's Target. Probably Target. When? I don't know. Best Buy hasn't done a drop in a while. Probably going to be them as well on some form or another. I would not put any faith into Amazon to doing anything because they haven't done anything. Since the console's release, they have not done anything. So now, I've set my sight. Well, I haven't set my sights on it because it's still unreal to get, but a new graphics card. I want my 3080. And that is still hard to get. It's still very hard to get. So, yeah, Arioka, I am feeling better. Obviously, the COVID's gone. I have just to give you an update on my health. Don't know why you want to know. I have a sleep study that I'm doing on Monday night. So I'll go to this place and I'll sleep there for the night. And they'll tell me how much actual sleep I'm getting and if I probably need to get a CPAP and, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm having a sleep study done Monday night. On Tuesday, I'm having a CAT scan done because they want to look again into my lungs to make sure that they did an X-ray on my lungs, and they found what they think is some more, some leftover of the pneumonia that I had, and so they want to do a CAT scan, make sure, see what that is, and that's on Tuesday. So more health stuff headed my way. Which is fine. The reason you do health stuff is to prevent yourself from dying, or getting sick or worse. Basically, is what I'm saying. And so, the more times I got to go to a hospital, while it is annoying, it is for my own good. Which is fine. It is what it is. Anyway, I don't know. Anything to add?
What you going to be playing this week?
Destiny, of course, will be something that I play, but now that I've started Assassin's Creed 5, I'll probably put a little bit more time into that. If Ghost ever shows up, I'll do that. What I will try to do, I'll try to expand my gaming portfolio. Best way to say that.
Well, you've got the games available.
I know, but what I want to do is play more than... Destiny is whatever, it'll sit there, but I want to play more than 1 to 2 of those games that have a lot of controller inputs. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I want to start Spider-Man. I've already started Assassin's Creed, and if Ghost comes in, I'll start that as well.
Don't forget your Red Dead Redemption. You still got story to finish in that one.
Yeah, so maybe I go back to that as well and try that, because I started a mission, but I really need to go to a shooting range somewhere to get those controls back, because I've forgotten them all. Yeah, Ghost might be good fun to play, but I haven't gotten my copy yet. I ordered it Wednesday from Best Buy, and they still haven't. And not this past Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And it still hasn't shown up. I bought another one, and it's waiting for me to pick up, but I got an update today from a mail carrier saying that it's going to come in today, that it's expected to arrive today. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway.
Believe it when you see it, right?
I will. What are you looking to play?
Like I said earlier, trying to get back in the swing of things with Street Fighter V, so I got to get some more time in on that. Of course, a little more GTA Online as well, and I did play Phantasy Star Online 2, but it's been a long time since I played that, and I think there's another story element that I didn't play when I was playing the first time, so I need to go back on that as well. And like you, I gotta expand my range of games to play too, because I'm in the same boat as you. We got got a huge backlog.
But see, the thing about you is that when you come in and I ask you what games you played, you'll at least rattle off 1 or 2 that you've been playing.
Yeah.
For me, it's always like Destiny and nothing else. Destiny and Animal Crossing, which, by the way, I haven't touched Animal Crossing since the Halloween event, or at least the day after the Halloween event. That thing fell off my radar massively when I got sick.
Yeah.
When I got COVID, and the idea of logging in and trying to do all that stuff just was not suited to me in the state that I was in. And once you miss a few days, it's like, okay, I'm good. Yeah. That draw is not back in. I recently, because I got the girlfriend interested into Animal Crossing, or at least trying to get her interested in Animal Crossing. Right. She sees it. She's watched me play it. But I tried to get her to play the Astrobot thing. It was a little tough, figuring out the thumb and then the jump and everything else. I don't think it's the first time she's used a controller, but maybe it is. I don't know. So Animal Crossing, much better. Getting the movement down and everything else, much better. Start there. And so when I went to my island, because Nintendo, you can only have 1 island per system, not per account, per system, which sucks because I'd like to give her own island so she can go through the whole story of trying to do what she's got to do. Here, it's just put her in there, and it's like, here, you got a tent, go do that. Now pay me 48,000 bells or whatever. And she has none. Of course, I can give her that, but it's just... It feels like there's no drive as there was when you started the island. It's like, you got to get your island together so we can put more people here, and then so you can get the concert dude to come and play here, and that's when you beat the game. But there's no drive for her here.
Yeah.
Because the story's not there.
Unless she has her own system.
Yeah. It's horrible.
So that's the reason, that's probably the reason why it's like one.
But she's enjoying it.
Yeah.
When she plays it. So, yeah. Okay, we have gotten here to the end of the show. So, Nabokov, everybody, Arioka, Conciliator, Lethal Migraine, everybody in the chat room, thank you ever so much. We actually added more people. Nice. And I'm trying to read it real quick here. Did we add more people or did I not? Moltile joined in. Isaac Depler, I think, is a new one as well. So, yeah. Thank you guys for popping in. We appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful week. Don't forget to grab us on iTunes, YouTube, everything. We really appreciate it, as always. And thanks for sticking with us through all these days off. We don't intend or look to have another day off until Christmas, of course. And then again, maybe for New Year's, maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to stick to some of these steady shows here for a good while. Assuming my health is okay and yours is too. Thank you for sticking around, RJ. I appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful week. We're going to leave you here with music from Gears Tactics. It's called COG 1. So we'll talk to you later. Have a good week.